The drama begins with a man being beaten by a few people. He escapes from them, but one man chases him and stabs him with a knife. Still, this man fights back and beats them, so they run away. Then the man comes onto the road and a truck hits him and drives away. This man's name is Kim Suk. After this, we see a scene 9 years later where the Korean National Police University is shown. An interview is going on, and the interviewer asks Yoon, "Did you want to become a police officer since childhood?" Yoon says, "I didn't want to become a police officer since childhood." Here, we are shown a flashback. When Yoon was 10 years old, she sees a pop star on TV and then comes outside and says to her mom, "I want to become a pop star." Her mom says to her, "Yesterday you wanted to become a firefighter, and today you want to become a pop star." Then she goes to the market with her mom and sees that a donut vendor is earning a lot of money. So she thinks, "I will become a donut seller when I grows up and will earn a lot of money." A few years later, her childhood friend Yoon comes to meet her, and her mom tells her, Yoon is now a student at KNPU. Yoon looks at Yoon and can't take her eyes off him, and her heart starts beating fast. Then Yoon tells her some tips and tricks so that Yoon can also get selected for KNPU. That day, Yoon decides she will become a police officer. Then the flashback ends, and the interviewer asks her, "Who impressed you so much that you decided to become a police officer?" So she takes the name of the officer sitting in front of her and says, "He is my role model. I want to become like him." In reality, Yoon is trying to impress the officer so that he gives her good marks, and she gets selected. After the interview ends, Yoon is telling her mom on the phone about the interview, but her mom says, "Come home quickly." Before leaving from here, Yoon takes a selfie. Just then, we see that a stranger appears in her selfie. His name is Hyung. He has also come here to give an interview. When Yoon reaches home, her mom sends her to make a delivery. Yoon says, "I'm gonna become a police officer and you're sending me for a delivery?" Her mom doesn't listen to her and scolds her and sends her off. Meanwhile, Hyung is partying with his friends because he gave an interview today and is now waiting for the result. Here, one of Seung's friends is scolding another friend because he withdrew all the money from his savings account and gifted a designer bag to his girlfriend. The second friend says he has gone blind in love. The third friend says, "Call your girlfriend. You gave her such an expensive bag, at least she can pay for your drinks." Seung also says to call her. So that guy goes near the window to call his girlfriend, and just then, he and the others see his girlfriend with another guy. Then Seung and his friend, who spent all his money on his girlfriend, follow them and reach a hotel. When they enter the room, they see a birthday celebration going on. That guy takes the girl outside and asks her, "Why did you do this?" The girl's name is Mi-gang. Mi-gang says, "We broke up 2 weeks ago." Hearing this, Sung steps in and says to Mi-gang, "You cheated on him. Now you'll have to say sorry to him." After this, an argument starts between Sung and Mi-gang. Then Sung calls Mi-gang a gold digger. A gold digger is someone who cheats for money. Just then, Yoon arrives, who had come to deliver something. She finds out that this is her sister. Yoon, supporting her sister, says to Seung, "How can you call my sister a gold digger?" Seung replies, "First, your sister took a $5 million designer bag and then broke up." Yoon says, "Fine. Whatever my sister has taken, she'll return it all, but you people better not show up in front of my house again. Otherwise, I'll call the police." Then she starts to leave, but Mi-gang's other boyfriend shows up. First, he yells at Mi-gang. Then later, he starts bothering Yoon as well. Seeing this, Sung comes and twists his hand and tells both of them to leave. As soon as both the girls leave, that guy punches Sung hard, causing Sung's face to turn the other way. At home, Yoon scolds her sister a lot, but her sister starts lecturing her about relationships. Yoon says to her, "Return everything you took from him as soon as possible." Mi-gang says, "He gave me the bag, so in return, I also gifted him a designer wallet." Yoon asks, "Where did you get the money from?" Then Yoon finds out that her sister stole her money, so she chases her sister to hit her. At that moment, their mom arrives, and instead of scolding Mi-gang, she scolds Yoon. Then their dad also arrives and scolds Yoon too. Because of all this, Yoon gets upset and leaves the house. Outside, she meets Yoon. He had come to meet Yoon. Then the two are walking together. Yoon asks Yoon about her interview, so Yoon says, "The interview went really well." Yoon tells her to work even harder. A few days later, Yoon has an exam. Here, we also see Shung, who has also come to take the exam. After the exam, they wait for the results. When the results are announced, Yoon's family checks her result and finds out that Yoon was not selected. Seeing this, everyone gets upset, and they even leave her behind. On the other hand, Sung clears the exam. His mom gets very happy and tells his father to go out for dinner, but he is busy and can't go. Here, we also learn that Sung's dad is a police officer too. In the next scene, all the students who were selected are now at KNPU, the police university. Here, a male officer tells everyone how their training will proceed. But before that, the officers check the luggage that the students brought with them and only keep the items in their bags that will be useful during training. The rest of the items are removed. After that, everyone gets their own room. In Sung's room, there are 3 other boys. They all introduce themselves to each other. In another room, we see some girls. They also introduce themselves to each other. In their room, there's another girl named Jihana. She stays in her own attitude and doesn't talk to anyone. Then it's announced that all the new people should gather in the assembly. As soon as they hear the announcement, everyone gathers in the ground. The officer scolds them and says, "It even took you 20 minutes to reach the ground. This shouldn't happen again." Then, we're introduced to the trainer named Hyuk, who will now train them for 2 weeks. Hyuk says, "From today, you all need to remember just 3 things. Yes, sir, sorry, sir, and got it, sir." Then Seung is made the monitor because he topped the exam. After that, their training begins. The trainer makes them do PT, and so much PT that everyone becomes exhausted on the very first day. Then at night, even the hostel cleaning is done by them. After that, everyone is getting fresh when an announcement is made that all students should return to their rooms because roll call is about to happen. A girl is taking a shower, so she has to go to her room without finishing. The rules here are very strict. The lady officer scolds all the girls over the smallest things. If there's even a little bit of dirt in the room, they get scolded for it. One girl even falls sick on the very first day, despite doing everything. The next morning, their training starts again. They are made to march left and right repeatedly. And if any of them makes a mistake, the officer sends them out and makes them do 100 push-ups. Among those doing push-ups is Seung too, because he also made a mistake. Everyone is doing push-ups when one girl collapses during them, the same girl who was sick the night before. Seung is the monitor, so he tells the officer that her health isn't good. The officer says, "There's no place here for weak people." The next day, the girl who was unwell packs her things and leaves because she couldn't handle the hard training. Meanwhile, Yoon has completed her graduation. So her parents and sister are very happy, but Yoon is in a bad mood because she didn't get selected for the police academy. Just then, she gets a call and the person tells her, "A seat has become available in the police academy and Yoon has got it." Yoon becomes very happy after hearing this, and then tells her parents and sister, and they also become very happy for her. The next day, Yoon arrives at the academy with her suitcase, where the lady officer tells her, "Join training after lunch." She really likes the environment there. Then she gets ready and is on her way to lunch when she bumps into Seung. As soon as Yoon sees Seung, she recognizes him and thinks, "This is the guy who called my sister a gold digger." Seung is also shocked to see her. Yoon says to Seung, "What are you doing here?" Then she sees KNPU written on his jacket, so she understands that he's a student here. Yoon asks him, "Are you my senior?" Seung doesn't answer. Then Seung asks her, "Did your sister reach home safely that day?" Yoon says, "Yes, and I also returned the bag." Seung says, "Returning the bag wasn't the point. The point was that your sister should have said sorry because she played with his heart." Hearing this, Yoon gets angry. Just then, a lady officer sees them talking from downstairs and tells them, "Get back to your work." It's Yoon's first day here, so she's very excited. She is placed in the same group from which the previous girl had left. Seeing Yoon's excitement, her friends say to her, "This excitement should last till the end," because Yoon didn't know yet what all was going to happen to her. Yoon has 3 friends here. One is named Ari, the second is Woo, and the third is Jihana, who is always in her own attitude. No one liked her because she was always in a bad mood and would spoil others' moods too. In the next scene, a female professor is teaching the students criminal psychology. Her lecture is very boring, so everyone starts feeling sleepy. Yoon is also feeling sleepy. Just then, the lady trainer notices her. After the lecture ends, she comes forward and yells, "Whoever was sleeping in the class, stand up." Some students stand up, but Yoon doesn't. So the trainer goes to her and yells at her, "Stand up!" Then all the students who were sleeping in the class are taken outside and given punishment. Whether boy or girl, everyone gets the same punishment. Just then, we see that some mysterious man installs a secret camera here, which records all the activities happening there. Trainer Hyuk asks Yoon, "Do you know what you're being punished for?" Yoon says, "I was feeling sleepy, but I wasn't sleeping in class." This is actually true. Yoon was only dozing off. These people hadn't made such a big mistake that they should be beaten with a belt. Trainer Hyuk becomes very angry at Yoon because of her behavior. After this, her friends explain to her, "You shouldn't mess with the trainer. Just say yes, sir, and no, sir, and follow all the orders." Meanwhile, Seung and his friends are bored of the mess food, so they start missing noodles, ramen, and burgers. One of Seung's friends says, "I saw packets of noodles in the pantry room." That's it. They start planning to steal the noodles. Then, in the darkness of night, the 4 of them quietly head towards the pantry room. But just then, a trainer is coming from behind. When they see him, they run back into their room. In this way, their mission to steal noodles fails. The next morning, their martial arts class is going on. The teacher calls Seung's friend Dae and throws him down in one move and explains to the students, "This is how you can throw your opponent." Then he calls Seung's other friend Kim and tries to throw him, but fails. Kim already knows martial arts and judo, so he throws the teacher instead. Seeing this, the whole class is enjoying it. Then, after class ends, Yoon meets Sung and asks, "That day when I asked you if you're the monitor here, why did you say no?" Sung says, "I didn't say anything at that time." Yoon tries to befriend Sung, but Sung avoids her and walks away. In the next scene, the girls tell Yoon that Sung is the kind of guy who many girls like. Yoon says, "There's nothing like that." Then she tells them the bag story too. After that, Yoon asks Jihana, "Do you like someone?" Jihana says, "I'm not interested in all this, and besides, students aren't allowed to date here anyway." Seeing her rude behavior, Ari and Woo get angry at her. On the other side, Seong and his friend Dae are bothering him by putting shampoo in his eyes. In the next scene, Yoon asks Ari, "Is it really not allowed for students to date here?" Ari says, "Yes." Then Yoon sees Young there and follows him outside. But by then, Young has already left. In the next scene, Ari is taking Yoon's jacket to give it to her. On the way, she bumps into Sung. At that moment, a secret spy camera falls from the jacket in her hand. Ari doesn't understand whose camera it is, so she quietly puts it back into the pocket of Yoon's jacket. This is the same camera that recorded everything that day when the trainer was beating the students. Then Yoon is training, and during training, the camera falls out of Yoon's pocket and lands in Officer Hyuk's hands. Hyuk immediately connects the camera to his phone, and after watching the video, he is very shocked. Then Hyuk takes her to his office and asks her about the camera. Yoon has no answer to give. Since the camera fell from Yoon's pocket, Hyuk fully suspects that the camera belongs to Yoon. Then Yoon is removed from her friend's room and sent to the detention room. Meanwhile, at home, Yoon's parents are telling their relatives, "Our daughter is about to become a police officer." They tell people that if there is any problem, they should inform them first. But they don't know that Yoon has been sent to the detention room. On the other side, Sung's friends once again plan to steal noodles. This time, their plan is successful, and at night, they enjoy eating noodles. They had stolen only 1 cup of noodles, which they were sharing in small portions. Then they also come to know that a spy camera was found with Yoon, which contains the video of their punishment. But Seung still somehow trusts that Yoon can't do something like this. The next morning, Yoon asks Ari, "How did the spy camera end up in my jacket? Yesterday, you were the one who gave me the jacket." Hearing this, Ari feels that Yoon is trying to frame her, so she runs away from her. Seung overhears their conversation from above. This matter of the camera reaches the higher authorities. Then Seung goes to Ari and tells her, "Speak the truth. Yesterday you bumped into me, and after that the spy camera fell from the jacket in your hand." Seung asks Ari, but without answering, Ari walks away. On the other side, Yoon is recalling where she had gone that day. Then she thinks maybe someone had swapped her jacket. Then she goes again to meet Ari, and just as she opens the door, Ari is standing outside. Here, Ari confesses that she was the one who put the spy camera in the jacket pocket, but even she didn't know whose camera it actually was. Yoon says to her, "You should tell everyone that you were the one who put the camera in my pocket." Ari requests her, "Please don't do that." After this, Yoon goes to Seung to ask for help. When she asks him for help, Seung refuses. So Yoon makes a crying face in front of him, and Seung agrees. In the next scene, we see that Seung's friends have become addicted to noodles. They again steal noodles from the pantry room and bring them to their room. Earlier, they had stolen 1 box of noodles, but this time their greed increased so much that they stole 4 boxes of noodles. Then a lady enters the room who takes care of the pantry office and also does the cleaning. This lady had already noticed that 1 box of noodles was missing, but today, 4 boxes of noodles were missing. Actually, when this lady noticed for the first time that 1 noodle box was gone, she applied a chemical on all the noodle boxes. That chemical is actually a UV ray, which is why this lady, while scanning fingerprints, reaches these boys' room. Then this lady says to them, "I've been working here for 30 years. The lecture you people listen to once a day, I've been listening to it for 30 years and by now I've become a complete spy." On the other side, Jihana is talking to someone on the phone saying, "My spy camera has been caught." From her words here, it becomes clear that the spy camera belongs to Jihana. Actually, that day Ari mistakenly picked up Jihana's jacket instead of Yoon's, and because of that, Yoon got trapped, because she was wearing Jihana's jacket. In the next scene, Yoon thinks that if someone had that camera, then that camera's charger must be somewhere too. Then to search for the charger, she first searches her own room and finds the charger under Jihana's pillow. Just then, Jihana suddenly enters the room. Seeing Yoon, she feels very strange. Then she starts checking her stuff and realizes that Yoon has touched her belongings. Then she starts searching under her pillow for the charger, but the charger is not there. Then Yoon shows her the charger and says, "Were you looking for this?" Jihana is extremely shocked to see this. She tries to snatch the charger from her, but Yoon runs away with the charger charger and goes straight to the head office and tells everyone that the spy camera was not hers, but Jihana's. Yoon also sees Young here. Jihana's complaint now reaches very high up. The professor also gets to know about it. Then they ask her, and Jihana lies saying, "This charger is for my phone." The professor says, "Phones are not allowed in the academy." So Jihana says, "My mom is sick at home, that's why I talk to her every day on the phone, and this charger is for my phone." After that, the professor plugs the charger into the phone, but the charger doesn't connect to the phone. Then the professor plugs it into the spy camera, and it connects to that. The professor then dials the most recent number from her phone. Seeing this, Jihana becomes quite scared, but when the call doesn't go through, Jihana feels a bit relieved. Then the professor sends her away, saying that tomorrow a committee will sit, where she will have to explain everything, why she did this. Here we see a flashback where a mysterious man is giving Jihana a phone charger and a spy camera so that she can spy. When Jihana asks him, "Why are you making me do all this?" that man says, "I'll tell you that later." On the other side, since Sung's friends were caught stealing noodles, as punishment, that lady is making them do all her work. They are assigned to make envelopes. She also takes away the noodle boxes, even though they hadn't eaten all of them yet. Then Sung also joins their group and starts making envelopes too. Then it's sleeping time, and the lights of the entire hostel are turned off, but their work is still not finished. So they go to the washroom and start completing their task there. While working, Kim gets an upset stomach and ends up ruining the entire environment there. The next morning, a meeting is held. Jihana is asked, "Why did you do this?" Then Jihana lies and doesn't tell the truth. She says, "I wanted to show the public the violence that's happening here." Then the professor decides, "We shouldn't take any major action because this is about the academy's reputation. If that video leaks anywhere, the academy will suffer a lot." So, keeping the matter internal, the committee sends Jihana to the detention room for 3 months, and no other punishment is given to her. Seeing this, Yoon's friends become very upset, saying, "How can she get such a light punishment?" Then Yoon goes to Jihana and is very angry at her. First, because of her, she was scolded a lot, and second, Jihana hadn't even apologized to her yet. Yoon says to her, "You should apologize to me." Then Jihana very rudely says, "Apologize for what? You mistakenly picked up my jacket. It's not my fault." Now Yoon goes to trainer Hyuk and says to him, "Because of Jihana, I was about to get suspended. So how can you give Jihana such an easy punishment?" The trainer, hearing her, gets angry at her instead because he feels Yoon is creating trouble. Yoon leaves angrily from there. Then at 9 p.m., all the students are assembled in the gym. Jihana is not in her room, so a message is left on her door that she has to come to the gym by 9. But that message gets blown away by the wind. When Jihana comes to her room, she doesn't find out about the gym assembly and calmly goes to sleep. Yoon passes by and sees Jihana's message, so she puts it back on her door. Then the trainer is taking class when he finds out that Jihana hasn't come for practice. The lady officer goes to her and scolds her a lot because she didn't come for training. But it wasn't her fault either. The message that was left for her had flown away with the wind. After Jihana entered her room, Yoon had placed that message back on her door. Trainer Hyuk asks her, "Why didn't you come for training?" Jihana says, "I didn't know about it." So Hyuk tells her to run 30 rounds of the gym while sitting. She somehow completes the 30 rounds, but in the end, she collapses and faints. After that, she is sent to the hospital by ambulance. Then Yoon realizes that whatever happened today wasn't Jihana's fault. She truly didn't see the message, that's why she couldn't reach training. So to complain about this, she goes straight to the dean. Yoon says, "Jihana is already being punished for what she did, but why are you people giving her extra punishment?" Here, Yoon's words are not heard, and she is sent away from there. Hyuk finds out about this, so he gets very angry at his student. Hyuk says, "Who complained about me to the dean?" Hearing this, Yoon stands up, so Hyuk starts yelling at her and even kicks her. Then Yoon says to Hyuk, "We didn't come here just to be punished. Please stop your verbal and physical abuse so that we can respect you." Hearing this, Hyuk is about to hit her when Sung grabs his hand. Now, because of both of them, all the students get punished again. But at that moment, Sung recites the academy oath, "I swear that I will always be honest and never bow down to injustice." Hearing this, Eun also starts reciting the oath, and watching them, all the students slowly begin reciting the oath. Then they start a protest against injustice, and even refuse to practice. They say, "Until our demands are fulfilled, we won't practice." Then the academy has to bow before the students, and they pass new rules. Then new rules are announced, which say that from now on, military-style training will be avoided, and the focus will be only on creativity. Hearing this, all the students become very happy. Everyone is thanking Eun because she changed the entire system. Now, all students are welcomed again into the Korean National Police University with the new rules. and their new president is Young. Now students are given full freedom. They can go anywhere, use the internet. Meanwhile, one girl asks, "Is it allowed here to date other students?" Yoon says yes to her. Yoon likes Yoon, so she becomes very happy with his arrival. Then at night, Yoon is going to meet Yoon when she sees that Yoon has gone there to meet someone else. Seeing this, Yoon feels very bad. Over there, Yoon is dating one of Yoon's seniors. Then Yoon also sees Yoon and tells her to come forward. Yoon comes forward and lies, saying that she came there to get some fresh air. Then Yoon is about to leave, so Yoon calls her to him. Then they sit at one place, and Yoon tells Yoon to keep this matter a secret. Yoon says, "Don't worry, I won't tell this to anyone." In the next scene, we see Yoon with her friends where Yoon is drinking a lot. She is very sad because of Yoon, so she ends up drinking too much. She drinks so much that she can't even walk properly. She's running around here and there. Her friends are unable to handle her. Just then, Sung arrives, so they ask him to drop her off at her room. She can't even reach her room. She sees a sofa and lies down there. When Sung tells her to go to her room, she starts hitting Sung, thinking he is Yoon. Yoon is very drunk, so she says to Sung, thinking he is Yoon, "I joined the police academy only for you and you're here dating someone else." Sung couldn't understand anything she was saying. The next morning, the professor is taking class. When only 5 minutes are left for class to end, Yoon enters the class. Everyone knows that she drank too much last night. She tries to sit quietly, but the professor finds out. The professor says to her, "If this continues, you won't be able to last here for long." Then Yoon doesn't remember anything, so her friends tell her everything. Ari also says to her, "Did you kiss Seung while drunk?" Hearing this, Yoon gets quite angry at her friends. Then Yoon goes to Sung to say sorry. But Sung says, "It's okay, people behave like this when they drink for the first time." Yoon asks, "I didn't cross any line while drunk, right? Because my friends are saying weird things." Sung says nothing like that happened. Then Yoon thanks him for helping and leaves from there. Then her friends tell her that everyone has been shifted to separate rooms. Ari and Woo have been kept in one room, and Yoon and Jihana have been kept in one room. On the other side, all of Jihana's punishments had ended. The professor tells her to thank Yoon because she helped her a lot when she was injured. Then the professor also says to her, "If you ever want to tell the truth about why you did the camera thing, you can." Here, we see a flashback. When Jihana was in school, she had seen her mom and her mom's friends doing prostitution work. Jihana's mom is serving a customer. Jihana feels very disturbed seeing this. Then she ignores her mom and leaves from there. Jihana's mom also doesn't pay much attention to her. Maybe because of this trauma, Jihana is like this in the present. She doesn't talk to anyone. When Jihana was in school, some students used to bully her a lot. They used to talk about her mom as well, which made Jihana very angry. One day, things go too far when some girls are bullying her together. Seeing this, Jihana gets angry and picks up a chair and stabs one girl in the stomach. The matter escalates, and it reaches the police. Jihana's mom is also called, but she doesn't pick up the call. Here, we find out that Jihana didn't even have a dad. The police didn't want to stretch the case too much since it was a matter involving kids. So they explain to the victim's mom and send her home. And they also explain to Jihana, "If your school record gets spoiled, you won't get into a good college." Slowly, a friendship starts developing between that police officer and Jihana. Jihana tells him that she wants to become a cop when she grows up. And this is the same police officer who gave Jihana that spy camera. Then the flashback ends, and Jihana and Yoon are living in the same room. Jihana says to Yoon, "If you don't want to stay with me, you can switch to another room. I won't have any problem." But Yoon doesn't do that. Jihana was so strict that she didn't even let Yoon play music in the room. If Yoon had to talk on the phone, she would go outside. When Yoon tells all this to Ari, Ari gets very angry at Jihana. On the other side, we see Sung's friend Dai doing some superstitious things. He is removing clothes hangers and doing some kind of black magic. Poor Kim and Sung are believing everything he says like fools. In the next scene, Yoon is sitting in the library preparing a report. The professor had told her, "Make a report on what you plan to do here for the next 4 years." That's why she is preparing this report. Then she sees Yoon and his girlfriend there, so she doesn't like it and gets ready to leave with her stuff. Then her foot gets caught in a wire and she falls down. Everyone is watching her. Yoon and his girlfriend also see her. Sung also sees her falling. This becomes a very embarrassing moment for Yoon. Then she quickly picks up her stuff and runs outside. Outside, Sung gives her a bandage and tells her to apply it on the wound. Then both of them start discussing the school. Yoon is complaining a lot. "I don't like this routine at all. Wake up early in the morning, wear the uniform, go to class." Actually, Yoon had come here because of Young, and now after seeing Young with his girlfriend, she doesn't like it. That's why she is saying this. Seung says to her, "Earlier you used to motivate everyone, now you're the one running away?" And it's only been 1 week so far. In the next scene, Dae tells Seung to come on a blind date. In a few days, they were about to get a holiday, so Dae arranges a blind date. Seung isn't in the mood, so he says, "I'll think about it and let you know." Then, within a few days, all the kids are given their first holiday. After the holiday starts, all the kids go to their homes. Seung's dad is very strict. He keeps giving lectures to Seung on every little thing. On the other side, when Yoon reaches home, her family has filled her room with useless stuff. Seeing that, she gets very angry. The next morning, Yoon asks her mom and dad, "Why have you put useless things in my room?" Then the family gives various excuses. It means they were not at all happy about Yoon coming home. On the other side, Dae and Seung arrive for the blind date. Dae is in uniform so that he can make a good impression on the girls. But when the girls arrive, they get shocked after seeing them. In the profile picture, there was a photo of a different girl, but in real life, someone else shows up. Dae asks her, "The girl in the photo is someone else." Then the girl says, "The photo in my profile isn't me, it's my friend's photo." Hearing this, their mood gets ruined because they had come to meet a different girl. Seung feels very awkward and thinks, "Where has Dae trapped me?" Then somehow, they make an excuse and leave from there. Then their holiday ends and everyone returns. Whatever food they brought from their homes, they share it with each other and eat. The next day, Yoon meets Young and confesses in front of him, "I used to like you, and I came here only for you. When I saw you with someone else, I felt very bad." Then she also says, "But now I've moved on." Saying this, Yoon walks away from there. Seung hears their conversation and starts smiling after hearing it. In the next scene, Young tells Eun, "Come with me, I'll teach you martial arts." Many kids are already present there. Those in blue dress are the seniors, and the ones in white dress are the juniors. Young calls a senior student there and fights with him and tells the juniors, "Watch carefully." Yoon is smiling while watching Young. Young says, "Martial arts are very important for self-defense. If you ever encounter a thief on the road, you can teach him a good lesson." Here, Seung is also sitting. Yoon says to him, "Look how fast Young is, he throws everyone down in one go." But Seung says, "That's not true at all. Sir is doing all this just to teach us." Young calls another student for training, but because of fear of getting beaten, no one comes forward. Then, in an attempt to be a hero, Seung raises his hand, meaning now he was going to fight Young. Then a fight begins between the two. Young tries to throw Seung down, but Seung is also very quick. He doesn't let Young throw him, so Young throws him backward. Then later, Young holds Seung in such a way that he becomes unconscious. Yoon taps him and tells him, "End the match." But in an attempt to act like a hero, he doesn't do that. Outside, Yoon says to him, "What was the need to act like a hero when you already knew that Young knows martial arts from before?" Seung says, "I'm no less. I know football, swimming, and martial arts too." They are talking when Yoon gets a message from Ari on her phone. She had also arranged a blind date and tells Yoon to come with her. Seung keeps praising himself, saying, "I know this, I know that." Then he looks at Yoon, who is busy on her phone, so he goes silent. Then Yoon tells Seung, "Click my photo." Yoon poses and stands. Looking at Seung, it seems like he had never taken a photo before. That's why he is very nervous. Then Seung shows the photo to Yoon, and he had taken such a bad photo that after seeing it, Yoon's mood gets spoiled. Seung says, "I don't know how to take photos." So Yoon tells him, "This is how you take a photo." Then when she comes into the room, Ari tells her about the blind date. There was a problem that 4 boys were going to come on the blind date, and there were only 3 of them, meaning they needed one more. Yoon says, "Let's take Jihana with us." Hearing Jihana's name, Ari's mood gets spoiled because she didn't want to take Jihana with her. They had no other option, so Yoon goes to Jihana and tells her, "Come with us." But Jihana clearly refuses. Then they have to plan without her. In the next scene, we see the professor who is investigating about the spy camera, who took it, when it was taken, and from where. The place from where the spy camera was taken, he directly goes to that shop. There, he finds a list in which Namgi's name is also included. Namgi is the same person who gave that spy camera to Jihana. Here, we come to know that Namgi, the professor, and Seung's dad already know each other. After seeing Namgi's name, the professor starts doubting him, that Namgi must be the one who gave the spy camera to Jihana. Then, the weekend comes. Ari and Woo get ready nicely. When Dae sees them, he keeps looking at them because he had never seen such beautiful girls in the academy before. Dae goes to them and asks, "Who are you guys? Do I know you?" He is overreacting because he has never seen them in such outfits before. Just then, Yoon also arrives and she looks very beautiful. Seeing them, Dae says, "There are so many beautiful girls in our academy, and we never knew about it." Then the 3 of them tell Dee, "We are going on a blind date." Then Dae tells his friends, Seung and Kim, "We are going on a blind date." In the next scene, the 3 of them are in a restaurant with 3 boys. They are telling them about their academy, what happens there, and what kind of food they get. This makes their conversation progress further. There is a boy in a white dress who is quite handsome. When he sees Yoon, he likes her at first sight. Then, everyone chooses their partners and goes to different destinations. The boy in white takes Yoon to an expensive hotel where he also offers her red wine. On the other hand, Sung is bored on the weekend. He opens the fridge and finds some milk. The milk belongs to Yoon, so he calls Yoon to ask for permission to drink the milk. Yoon is on the date, and after hearing this, she gets angry and tells him, "Stop calling me." Yoon's partner is also thinking, who is calling at such an important time? So Yoon tells him, "It was a call from one of my friends." Then, after coming back from the date, everyone shares their experiences. Yoon is very happy because the boy she was with paid for everything. Then Woo says, "The boy I was with made me pay for everything." At this, Ari and Yoon laugh at her. In the next scene, Eun goes to an art gallery with the boy, where there are many beautiful paintings. The boy keeps telling her about each painting. Yoon isn't interested in any of it, so she gets very bored. Then the boy takes her for coffee and says, after seeing paintings, "I always have coffee." Yoon orders coffee for herself, and the boy starts giving her advice even about the coffee. After the date ends, the boy drops Yoon back at the police academy. As soon as she's leaving there, she runs into Sung. Then she goes with him to a local shop. Even though she has spent the whole day in expensive restaurants, she still isn't full. She is eating again at the local shop. Sung sees her and says, "It looks like you haven't eaten anything today?" Then Yoon tells him about all her activities for the day. But she is confused about one thing. She says, "The boy's personality is good. He's a nice person. I like him, but I don't feel comfortable with him." Sung tells her, "You should find someone with whom you can feel comfortable." Then Yoon cuts her finger and is about to fall. Sung catches her and somehow gets a bandage to put on her finger. The next day, everyone is sitting together eating. Then Yoon tells them, "I broke up with the boy." Seung asks her alone, "Why did you break up with him so suddenly?" Yoon says, "I didn't break up with him, he broke up with me." Yoon says, "This morning he messaged me and said that we are not the same, so we should break up." Then they are practicing shooting, where Sung is winning repeatedly against Eun. Seeing Sung win, Eun feels very jealous. Then Sung comes forward to teach her again and says, "Close one of your eyes and control your breath." But Yoon's breath had already stopped. Instead of the target, she sees a heart. As soon as she shoots, the arrow goes and hits the heart. Then she turns around and sees that Sung is standing right behind her. Yoon feels like Sung is about to kiss her, so she closes her eyes. But Sung doesn't kiss her here, he was just brushing off her eyelashes. Then, at night, Yoon keeps remembering this and blushing. On the other side, Sung is also remembering this moment and smiling. Moreover, he is even running in happiness. On the other hand, Young's girlfriend breaks up with him because she got a job in the US. The next morning, at 3 a.m., all students are called to the ground. Everyone quickly wears their uniforms and reaches the ground stumbling. The teachers explain to everyone, whoever performs in a certain way at the academy will get points accordingly. If someone makes a mistake, their points will be deducted, and these points can greatly affect their final grades. In the next scene, students find out that a sports festival is going to be held at the academy in which various games will be organized, and for that, all students are divided into groups. Jung is the head of the blue group and Hyuk is the head of the red team. When Sung checks the list, he finds out that he and Yoon have been placed in the same team. Seeing this, he becomes very happy, because this is what he wanted. His friend Kim is also in the same team and Jihana is in their group as well. The sports festival is approaching fast, so all the students are practicing with full energy. Jung says to Sung, "You practice with Jihana because no other student wants to practice with her." When Eun finds out that Jihana will practice with Sung, her mood gets ruined. She wanted Sung to practice with her. Then Kim understands Sung's feelings and says to Sung, "You practice with Yoon, I'll give personal training to Jihana." Hearing this, Sung becomes happy. Meanwhile, the professor finds out that Kim is the brother of Kim Suk. Kim Suk is the same guy whom we saw dying at the start of the drama. Kim Suk's death was a mystery which only the professor and Seong's father knew. Kim Suk was working on a mission when he died, but whether it was murder or an accident is still not confirmed. At that time, we also see Kim, who was quite young. When the professor finds all this out, he becomes very shocked. In the next scene, Yoon and Seung are practicing. First, the two of them go cycling and set off on a long ride. Yoon is really enjoying the cycling, but Seung says to her, "We didn't come to roam around, we came to train." After a while, both get tired from cycling and decide to take a small break. Seung takes her to a peaceful place where both of them are enjoying nature. Here, they talk about their families. Seung says, "I have a sister who is studying abroad, and my dad is a police officer." At the academy, Yuk calls Dae, Ari, and some other students and says to them, "Your performance is very weak, so you all will have to practice more." Then, under the supervision of a senior, all of them are given special training. The next day, Seung's dad comes to the academy and tells the students what kind of police officer you should become in the future. No one knows here that he is Seung's dad. Then somehow Dae finds out that Seung's dad is a police officer. so they feed Sung delicious dishes so that Sung stays their friend. Then Dae also brings a friendship ring for everyone, which all of them wear on their fingers. In the next scene, everyone goes home for the weekend. Jihana also goes home. Then her mom says to her, "Tell Namgi to help me." Then she gets into an argument with a customer. Jihana becomes very troubled by all this because this was her mom's daily routine. On the other side, Yoon's mom and dad had invited Young for dinner. They were very impressed with Young and wanted Yoon and Young to get together because they had been friends since childhood, and Yoon also had a crush on him earlier. Yoon's mom asks Young, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Young says, "No, I'm still single." When Yoon hears this, she is quite surprised. Then she comes outside and says to Young, "You already have a girlfriend, then why did you lie to my family?" Young says, "I broke up with her." Hearing this, Yoon becomes very upset. To cheer up Young, she starts telling silly jokes. They talk for quite a while. Then Yoon needs to go to the washroom, so she leaves Young there and goes to the washroom. After she leaves, Sung's call comes on Yoon's phone. Young picks up the call. When Sung hears Young's voice, he realizes that Yoon and Young are together. Knowing this makes Sung feel very bad. Then Yoon returns and she and Young are walking and talking. Yoon says to Young, "Whenever you need me, just tell me. I'll bring you a drink." Then the weekend ends and everyone comes back for training. Sung is making Yoon run a lot because the tournament was near. He is also feeding her well so that she comes to the top. On the other side, we see Sung's dad who is keeping an eye on his son because his roommate was Kim, the brother of Kim Suk, who was murdered a few years ago. In the next scene, Sung finds out that Yoon and Young have gone for dinner, so he goes to look for them, checks every restaurant and hotel. Eventually, he sees them at a coffee shop. Sung deliberately enters and orders a drink. He behaves as if he hasn't even seen them. Yoon and Young see him. Then Young says, "Now that you're here, sit with us." So Sung also sits with them and starts drinking and listening to their conversation. Then Yoon goes to the washroom. After she leaves, Young says to Sung, "Yoon is a very nice girl. Since you're her colleague, always take care of her." Then Young also comes outside. There he meets Yoon. Both of them sit under a tree and start talking. Young says to Yoon, "I think Sung likes you," but Yoon says, "There's nothing like that between us." Then Young says to Yoon, "You once said that you like me." Sung hears this too, and after hearing this incomplete conversation, he sadly leaves from there. After he leaves, Yoon says to Young, "I like you, but only as a good friend. Beyond that, I don't have any feelings for you now." Hearing this, Young becomes silent. The next day, the sports festival is organized. Here, all the kids are divided into 4 different teams: blue, red, yellow, and black. Young, Sung, Yoon, Jihana, and Kim were in the blue team, while in the red team there were Hyuk, Ari, Dae, and Woo. The first match is volleyball, in which the red team wins. In the second match, Ari defeats Jihana and makes the red team win. The third match is red versus yellow. Here too, red wins. The next match is a race in which both girls and boys participate. Yoon is also in it. She gives the stick to her partner first. In this race, Dae is in the lead, meaning the red team is about to win here too. But Dae starts celebrating in the middle of the track, because of which his stick falls in the middle and another group ends up winning. Dae becomes so depressed by his loss that he sits in the bathroom and cries. Until now, in all the matches that had taken place, the red group was at the top, blue was in second place, and the other 2 groups are not even worth mentioning. The next match is cycling, in which Yoon had also participated. She had an injury on her foot, but still, she goes to do the cycle race. Sung says to her, "Best of luck." Then Yoon says to Sung, "I need to talk to you about something important after the tournament." Saying this, she walks away. The cycle race starts, and Yoon wins it. On the other side, there is another boys' game going on in which one team has to push the other team out of the water area. The star player of the blue team is Kim, but the red team throws him out first. In this, the blue team wins because Sung alone throws 2 boys out. Then, the last game of the sports festival takes place, and this game was going to decide which team would win. In the middle of the game, it starts to rain. Yoon already had an injury on her foot, and she slips and falls, because of which her foot starts bleeding. Then slowly, all the kids cross her and move ahead. When Jihana passes by there, Yoon says to her, "Help me." Jihana first refuses to help and starts to leave. Yoon stops her, and then an argument starts between the two. On the other side, all the kids are waiting to see who will win this game. Then, we see a member of the red team wins the game. Over there, Jihana changes her mind and agrees to help Yoon. Then Sung and the rest of the kids are waiting for Jihana and Yoon, because all the kids had already arrived, but Jihana and Yoon had not come yet. Then they see Jihana carrying Yoon on her back and bringing her, because Yoon was unable to walk. Then both of them somehow complete the race. Everyone appreciates Jihana for this act and also forgives her and includes her in their team. After that, everyone takes a selfie together. Then, after the sports festival ends, a dance function is organized at night. In this, Seung and his friends dance very well. When Yoon sees Seung dancing, she remembers that during the festival, she had told Seung that she wanted to tell him something. After the function ends, Seung comes to her and says, "You were going to tell me something." Just as Yoon is about to say, "I think I like you," Seung kisses her before she can finish, and from here, their love story begins. After that, both of them spend a lot of quality time with each other. In the next scene, all the kids are being trained on a criminal case. Here, something like this happens. A girl has been murdered, and along with the murder, someone also raped her. This is a fictional story. In reality, nothing like this happened. They are just given a story so that they can investigate in their own way. Here they had to find out how and when the murder happened. All the kids make their own reports. Based on how much each observed, they search for the suspect accordingly. During this investigation, we notice that Seung's mind is working very fast. Then everyone makes reports in their own way. Seung's report is the best. Then Jihana and Yoon also become good friends, and they help each other. Then Jihana goes to meet Namgi, and she says to him, "I won't do anything for you anymore." Jihana asks Namgi, "Why were you making me do all this?" Then Namgi tells her that he used to be a detective and did his work with great honesty, but he never got a promotion, and instead his senior would get the promotion. His senior had also trained from this academy. That's why he wanted to defame this academy in any way. Whatever conversation they have, the professor also hears it. He feels good to know that Jihana has changed now. Then this weekend too, Seung and Yoon go to their homes. Yoon talks about taking Seung to dinner where they plan to eat tteokbokki. Their full dating is going on, but their dinner plan gets ruined when Seung's seniors invite him to a birthday party. Even though he doesn't want to, he has to cancel his dinner and go to his seniors. After going there, his seniors are bad-mouthing trainer Hyuk. Seung gets mad hearing all this. Then these seniors make him drink so much that he loses control. Seung forgets everything in intoxication, but he still remembers that today he was supposed to go eat tteokbokki with Yoon. Then he gets tteokbokki packed and goes straight to Yoon's house. When Yoon sees him, she doesn't understand why he has come home. Then she sees the tteokbokki with him, so she sits right there and starts eating with him. After eating tteokbokki, Yoon tells Seung to go home. But Seung has drunk so much that he falls asleep on Yoon's shoulder. Now the problem for Yoon is that she can neither take him to her home, nor leave him alone on the street. So she somehow brings Seung to her room. Then she puts him on her bed and sleeps on the floor herself. In the morning, when both wake up, Yoon thinks about how she will hide Seung from her family and send him out. Then Yoon goes outside and successfully distracts her mom and sister. And Seung takes advantage of the opportunity and tries to leave the house, but at the door, Yoon's dad catches him. Then he brings him inside the house for breakfast. There, everyone is looking at him strangely. Yoon says to her family, "He's my friend and he came here to teach me driving." But Yoon's younger sister exposes everything. She says Seung is wearing only one sock. That means the other sock is in Yoon's room. Now, when they get exposed, Yoon tells them everything that happened last night. Then, after a while, Yoon's dad and mom start arguing over some old matter, because of which Seung has to leave. Yoon comes outside and says to him, "Bye." In the next scene, we see Ari, who has come on the weekend to listen to a CEO's motivational speech. This CEO is a very famous rich person in Korea. He looks simple in appearance, but actually he is not a good person. In the next scene, Seung is teaching Yoon how to drive. Seung gets so tired of teaching her the same thing again and again that he falls asleep right there. Then by mistake, Yoon takes the car onto the road, where civilians scold her saying, "If you don't know how to drive properly, then why did you bring the car on the road?" Then ahead, Yoon starts crying. First, those people scolded her. Second, Seung got so frustrated while teaching her that he fell asleep in the car. Yoon feels very bad and starts crying. Then Seung tries to calm her down. Then, at the place where they had parked the car, Dae, Bonjo, and Woo see them. They had come to a restaurant here. When Yoon and Seung come outside, they feel like their secret has been caught, that they are secretly dating each other. So when they meet them, Dae asks them, "What are you two doing here?" Seung says, "I was teaching Yoon how to drive." Then at night, Seung drops Yoon home. Yoon tells Seung to go home, but Seung instead is telling her to go home. Then before going home, they kiss each other. And while doing that, Yoon's sister sees them. Yoon's sister says to them, "I didn't see anything. You guys continue." After that, both of them start laughing a lot. The next day, Jihana gets a call. So she goes outside. As soon as she goes out, some people start beating her. Actually, her mom had taken money from those people and didn't return it. Those people are beating her. Just then, Dae comes there. Dae tries to save her, and those people start beating him too. After this, Jihana is sitting somewhere crying. She says to Dae, "Don't tell anyone about this." At night, everyone goes to a place to party. There, Sung bumps into a girl, because of which both of their phones fall. The girl, in a hurry, picks up Sung's phone and takes it. Then we see the CEO, who is a very evil person. He has kept 4 girls captive here. These 4 girls are tied with a chain and drugs are hanging in front of them. To get those drugs, the girls are struggling a lot. Looking at them, it seems they have become addicted to drugs. That CEO keeps these girls captive, makes them addicted to drugs, and when they get addicted, he sells them. Here, some people are enjoying this situation live. The CEO is also present there. On the other side, Sung and his friends have also come here to party. One girl finds out all about the CEO's evil deeds and records everything on her phone. Instead of going to the police, this girl goes to the CEO, shows him the video, blackmails him, and asks for money. She also says to the CEO, "If you don't give me money, I'll share this video with the public." The CEO says, "What do you think? You'll be able to get out of here?" The girl is clever too. She says, "I've already saved this video on my laptop." She says, "If anything happens to me, you'll be completely trapped." Then the CEO starts behaving rudely with her. So the girl somehow manages to save herself and escape from there, and while leaving, she bumps into Sung, because of which their phones get exchanged. Then we find out that this club belongs to the CEO. He sends his men and gets that girl caught and has her beaten up until she becomes unconscious. The CEO's assistant is also there. The CEO tells him to find out about this girl and also to bring the phone that got exchanged. Then Sung messages the girl and calls her to meet so he can get his phone back. Sung doesn't know what's happening inside. After a little while, the assistant comes out with the phone and asks Sung for the girl's phone. Sung says to him, "This phone belongs to some girl, and who are you?" The assistant says, "I'm that girl's assistant and she sent me here." After that, they enjoy a lot there. There, Jihana dances, and seeing her, Dae gets completely flat over her. Then he goes home and messages her and waits for her reply for hours. He's seeing Jihana everywhere. Now since they have holidays, Dae plans a trip. He plans a trip near Jihana's city. He does all this to spend time with Jihana. Then he calls Yoon and tells her, "Come on the trip and bring Jihana along." When Yoon calls Jihana, Jihana refuses to come because she has some work. When Dae finds out about this, his heart breaks. He had already booked the ticket out of excitement, but when he finds out that Jihana isn't coming, all his hopes are shattered. On the other side, the CEO is with Sung's dad and other big politicians and rich people. That means somehow all of them are involved in his dark deeds. This man is so evil that he is even after killing his own dad. Then he also behaves rudely with his assistant and tells him, "Find that girl's laptop as soon as possible." Here, when Dae has already booked tickets for everyone, they all go on the trip. Because Dae had planned the trip, now everything is going according to him. He shows everyone historical places and tells their history. But later, this tour becomes boring for everyone. Everyone goes crazy listening to Dae's history. Then Ari starts getting very angry at him because she finds these historical places boring, and her friends also agree with this. Because of this, an argument happens between them. After that, Dae gets upset and leaves from there. First, he had planned the trip. Second, his crush Jihana hasn't come. And third, even his friends are not liking this place. He walks a little ahead and turns back, thinking maybe someone will come and stop him, but no one comes to get him. Meanwhile, these people are roaming around without Dae. They go to the beach and enjoy a lot. Here, Dae waits a little more, hoping someone will call him and ask him to come back, but when all his hopes break, he switches off his phone. After a while, his friends try to call him, but his phone is switched off. Then, Dae is going home by bus. He falls asleep on the bus, and because of that, he misses his bus stop. So he gets off at the next stop, which is in Jihana's city. Then as he's going from there, he sees Jihana fighting with her mom. Jihana's mom is asking her for money, because of which they are having an argument. Then Jihana's mom also slaps her. Dae is watching all this. Jihana also sees him. After that, they both go to a restaurant, where Jihana says to him, "I don't know how, but whenever I'm in trouble, you always end up being there." Dae then tells her everything that happened with him today. He also says to her, "I wanted to talk to you from the very first day, but for some reason, I couldn't." Then Dae sees the message from his friends who are calling him. Dae then takes Jihana and goes there. There, everyone says, "Sorry," to Dae one by one. After that, they all have dinner together and then enjoy a lot together. On the other side, the CEO's assistant beats that girl and leaves her in a deserted place. The next morning, Sung and Yoon come there for sightseeing and see that girl's dead body there. Sung recognizes her and says, "This is the same girl who had bumped into me that day in the club and with whom my phone got exchanged." Yoon also recognizes this girl because she was her sister's friend. Then they call the police. After that, Namgi comes to investigate this case with his police team. On the other side, the assistant tells his CEO, I've placed the body at one place and left a drug injection near it so that everyone thinks her death happened due to a drug overdose. Here, when Yoon's sister finds out that Min has died, she feels very sad because that girl had taken some money from her. Yoon then tells her sister Min's death happened due to a drug overdose, so she becomes even more shocked because Min didn't take drugs. Min's laptop is also with Yoon's sister, which had that video. Over there, Dae keeps video calling Jihana again and again, but Jihana is currently teaching kids, so she doesn't pick up the call. Then she voice calls Dae and says, "Don't video call me," again and again. "I can't talk right now. I still have to teach 5 more kids." Dae feels bad that Jihana works so hard just to earn money. So what does he do? There are many valuable stones in his house that his grandfather had preserved carefully. He thinks, if I sell 1 stone, I can help Jihana. When he is putting the stone in his bag, just then his grandfather comes there and sees him. When Dae sees him, the bag falls from his hand and directly hits his foot. In the next scene, Dae is in the hospital. He clicks a photo of his foot and sends it to Jihana and writes along with it, "Look what I've done." After a while, all friends come to meet him. Everyone brings something for Dae and they all share it and eat there. When Seung, Yoon, and the rest are leaving the hospital, they meet the CEO and his assistant. Seung asks the assistant, "Did the police come to you?" Actually, Seung wanted to ask him about Min's murder, but the assistant lies and goes away saying, "After that day, I didn't talk to Min at all." Hearing this, Seung starts doubting him. Then in the lift, the CEO gets angry at the assistant because he still hasn't found that laptop. The CEO tells him, "Find the laptop quickly." Then the assistant finds out from Min's phone that the laptop is with Yoon's sister. The next day, a man comes to Yoon's house on the pretext of fixing the Wi-Fi. This man was sent by the assistant. This man first distracts Yoon, then exchanges the laptop. But Yoon sees that he has put the laptop in his bag. That man is just about to run away with the laptop. Yoon tries to stop him, but the man runs away from Yoon. Then when he comes outside, Yoon's mom catches him. Yoon's mom punches him so hard that he leaves the laptop there and runs away to save his life. Yoon then gets suspicious that there's definitely something in this laptop. That's why this man is after it. Then Yoon takes this laptop and goes to her friends. She tells everyone, this laptop has special evidence related to Min's murder, because of which people are after it. Kim and Sung try to open that laptop, but they are unable to. There's a password on that laptop. Then they take Woo's help because she knew a lot about computers and tech. She gives them an idea. Then they all work on that idea, and after a lot of effort, the laptop opens. When the laptop opens, they all are shocked after watching the video. After watching the video, they also find out that it's the same club where they had gone to party. Now Yoon and Sung think Min didn't commit suicide. She was definitely murdered. Sung then calls and tells Namgi everything because he was the one working on this case. Sung also mentions the laptop and the video. Namgi says to him, "Keep the laptop safe with you because we don't have any other evidence except this, until I reach you." Then Sung is carefully observing the laptop and he finds out that the CEO is also present in the video. Sung recognizes him by his watch. A few days ago, Ari had attended the CEO's seminar, where she had taken a selfie with him. The watch that the CEO was wearing in the selfie was the same watch shown in the video. Because of this, Sung fully suspects the CEO. Then, before Namgi arrives, Sung gives the laptop to his dad and tells him everything. Dad says to Sung, "Step back from this case. Now I'll handle this case myself." Sung then tells Namgi everything too. But Namgi says, "You shouldn't have done this," meaning you shouldn't have given the laptop to your father because your dad himself is also involved with this CEO. Sung feels very strange after knowing this. Then we see Sung's dad giving that laptop to the CEO. Actually, Sung's dad did this to cut ties with the CEO because 10 years ago, out of greed, he had supported him. But now he didn't want to keep any connection with him. The CEO says, "You should have thought about that earlier. Now both of us are stuck in the same boat." To save himself, Sung's dad is going away after giving the laptop to him. Just then, Sung sees his dad doing this, and he also sees the CEO there. Sung doesn't understand what connection his dad and the CEO have with each other. As soon as both of them leave, Namgi arrives there. Namgi says to Sung, "You shouldn't have given the laptop to your dad because your dad is a traitor." Hearing this, Sung is very shocked and asks, "What connection does that CEO have with my dad after all?" Then Namgi tells him everything. Then we see a flashback. 10 years ago, Namgi got the news that the CEO turns girls into prostitutes and supplies them to big politicians and rich people. He also has a drug business and gets support from politicians and police officers. Namgi also says, "I told your dad everything about this and asked him to do an investigation." After that, he hired a man named Kim Suk. He was Kim's brother. Seung's dad makes Kim Suk an undercover agent and tells him, collect evidence against the CEO. Kim Suk was a student at KNPU at that time, and at that time, Seung's dad was a professor at KNPU. Kim Suk worked for many days in the CEO's club as a waiter to collect evidence, in which he finds evidence of drugs, prostitution, and many dirty activities. He saves all the evidence in a chip, but a few days later, some traitor informed the CEO about him. After that, the CEO sends his men to catch him. So Kim Suk somehow escapes from there and runs away. Those men are after him. Kim Suk is just about to give the evidence he had to Namgi and Seung's dad, but the CEO's man hits him with a truck and causes his death. Kim always used to think that his brother's death happened due to an accident, but actually, that wasn't the case. Seung then asks Namgi, "What mistake did my dad make in all this?" Namgi says, "Your dad had gotten the evidence, but for the sake of promotion, he gave the evidence to the CEO." Namgi then says, "Your dad is a traitor and he is also responsible for Kim Suk's death." Hearing all this, Seung can't believe that his dad could do something like this. On the other side, the CEO breaks the laptop in which that video was. Here, Dae takes Jihana on a date, where Jihana says to him, "Stop video calling me again and again." But who was Dae to listen to her? After that, Dae also gives her flowers, and then both of them click photos together. Here, Seung is confused. He goes to his dad and asks him about the laptop. Dad lies that he has given that laptop to the investigation team. Seung feels very bad after hearing his lie. Then Seung is in depression, so at night he gets into a fight with a random man, and that man beats Seung badly. Just then, the professor comes there, saves him, and takes him home with him. The next day, Seung goes to the CEO and says to him, "My dad must have returned the laptop to you, but we had already seen the video in it. Now I will definitely send you to jail." Hearing this, the CEO gets shocked. The CEO then tries to lure Seung with money, but Seung has no interest in money. He threatens the CEO and leaves. Then the CEO calls Kim to him and starts poisoning his mind. The CEO says to Kim, "Do you know how your brother died? You must have thought it was an accident. No, it's not like that. Your brother was sent to my club as an undercover agent to collect evidence. And then Seung's dad was the one who told me about him. Seung's dad is responsible for your brother's death, and Seung also knows everything about it." Hearing the CEO's words, Kim becomes very angry. Then he goes to meet Seung and his dad. He asks Seung's dad, "What did you do to my brother?" Seung also supports Kim. He also asks his dad, "Why did you give the laptop to the CEO?" Hearing Seung's words, Kim gets even angrier. Earlier, he thought it was all lies, but after hearing Seung's words, he becomes convinced that whatever the CEO said was true. Kim angrily asks Seung, "When you already knew everything, why didn't you tell me?" Because of this, a fight breaks out between them and Kim leaves in anger. In the next scene, vacation ends and all the kids return to the academy. Here, everyone becomes busy cleaning their rooms. Then, after many days, they get to eat cafeteria food and feel very happy after eating it. Here, Bunjo tells everyone that Kim has moved out of Seung's room and shifted to another room. Hearing this, no one can understand why Kim did this. They don't know that Seung and Kim had a fight. Then Yoon meets Seung and says to him, "These days you don't talk at all and you don't even answer my calls. What's the matter? Has something happened?" Seung says, "Right now I'm not in the mood. We'll talk later." Saying this, he leaves. After this, Seung becomes quiet. He doesn't talk to anyone. On the other hand, Kim is leaving the academy. That's why he comes to give his resignation letter to the professor. The professor doesn't ask him many questions and lets him go. Then the professor meets Seung's dad and tells him that Kim has left the academy, and he suggests to him, "You should tell Kim the whole truth about his brother's death, because the CEO only told Kim half the truth. That's why Kim doesn't know that his brother's murder was ordered by the CEO. The CEO told him that Seung's dad was responsible for his brother's death. You should tell him the whole truth." In the middle of their conversation, another man arrives. His name is In Mi-yeon. He is also Seung's dad's senior. Here we find out that In Mi-yeon was actually behind Kim Suk's death. Then we see a flashback. Seung's dad had hired Kim Suk to collect evidence against the CEO. As soon as In Mi-yeon found out that Seung's dad had hired someone to collect evidence, he called the CEO and told him everything. Then the CEO's men killed Kim Suk. In Mi-yeon was working with the CEO, and Seung's dad was just following his orders. Then the flashback ends, and the CEO is very happy because his plan was succeeding. Many of his words had already affected Kim. That's why Kim first fought with Seung and his dad, and then left the college too. On the other side, all the friends are very worried. They wonder what happened between Kim and Seung that led Kim to leave the academy. This could have a serious effect on his career. They are very confused because Seung doesn't tell them anything either. Then Kim leaves everything and goes to his grandma. His grandma runs a small hotel. Besides his grandma, Kim has no one in the world. When Kim turns on his phone, he sees that his friends have sent him many messages. Everyone is asking him, "What happened to you that you made such a big decision?" But Kim does not reply to anyone's message. In the next scene, Jihana transfers all the money she earned by tutoring kids to her mom, because her mom had once again created some other problem. Jihana's mom calls her and asks Jihana for even more money. Jihana says, "From where should I bring more money? Now I can't even teach kids because the academy has reopened, and I need to focus on my own studies." Jihana and her mom's conversation is overheard by Dae. He feels very bad that Jihana's mom is under so much debt. So Dae thinks about helping Jihana. Then at night, he starts working as a driver. On the very first day of driving, Dae earns a lot of money. He feels very happy because it was his hard-earned money and he wanted to help someone with it. Neither Jihana nor his friends knew about this. The night wasn't over yet, so he thinks, let's do one more round. I'll earn a little more money. Now he is on his way to a customer who needed a driver. After reaching the destination, he starts waiting for the customer. While waiting, Dae gets very tired, but no one comes. Then, to pass the time, he video calls Jihana. But Jihana, as always, does not answer the call. So then he calls Seung and starts talking to him. After talking for a while, suddenly he hears a strange sound from the house in front. When he goes there, he sees some men misbehaving badly with some girls, beating them. Their behavior is absolutely not right. Here we also see Seung's dad's senior police officer, In Myeon. These people had drunk a lot and were behaving very rudely with the girls. Then we also find out that this house belongs to the CEO's assistant. It was this police officer who had called Dae to drive his car. When the assistant comes out, Dae says to him, "I was called here to drive the car." So the assistant gives money to Dae and tells him to leave. But Dae feels that something suspicious is going on here that he should find out about. Then he silently starts recording a video on his phone in which some men are seen hitting the girls and misbehaving with them. Just then, the CEO's assistant arrives there and sees him. He tries to snatch the phone from him. A fight breaks out between the two and somehow Dae manages to escape with his phone. The assistant's men start chasing him. Then Dae calls Seung and tells him, "I'm stuck in a problem." Seung isn't able to hear his voice clearly. Just then, those people hit his car, because of which his phone slips from his hand and falls down. Now he couldn't even pick up the phone because the speed of the car was too fast. On the other side, Seung is trying to talk to him, but he doesn't get any response from Dae's side. A little while later, the assistant also arrives there with his car. Everyone is on a bridge. While trying to save himself, Dae falls into the water. Seung is calling him, but now the phone stops connecting. Here, Dae is underwater. He tries very hard to come out, but he is unable to, and he dies there. In the next scene, everyone hears the news of Dae's death. All the people are very sad and are remembering the moments they spent with him. Everyone attends Dae's funeral. Kim also comes to Dae's funeral. Jihana is the saddest among all because she had started to like Dae. Dae never had any shortage of money. He came from a very rich family. His parents were very wealthy. Once, Dae brought money from his house and gave it to Jihana so he could help her. But Jihana refused to take the money because she didn't want to take money from his dad. That's why Dae decided that now he would earn money through his own hard work and help Jihana. Their friend circle had already broken because of Seung and Kim. But now, one more person from the group was gone. Then at night, Yoon and Seung are thinking about Dae because Dae's last call had come to them. Seung says that Dae was very scared that day, as if someone was chasing him. Then they try to find out what the reason behind Dae's death is, but they don't find out anything from the police station. Then they try to find his phone, but they can't find that either. And they don't find any other evidence that could lead them to Dae's killer. The assistant had already destroyed all the evidence. That's why Yoon and Seung don't find anything. In the next scene, Jihana is sitting somewhere. She is missing Dae. Then she starts checking Dae's phone from her own phone. Dae liked Jihana. That's why he had given her access to his entire phone, so that Jihana could look at his phone's photos and videos whenever she wanted. While Jihana is scrolling through Dae's photos, she finds a strange video. It's the same video Dae had recorded, where some men were sexually assaulting girls. The assistant's face was also captured in that video. Then, Jihana shows the video to the others as well. Now they all realize that it was the CEO's assistant who killed Dae. Yoon says, "We should inform the police." But Seung says, "It won't help because the police are working with the CEO. Jihana says, Kim's brother's death, Dae's death, and Seung's dad are all directly connected to the CEO. That means the real criminal is him. We should teach him a lesson first, and now we even have evidence." Now they go to their professor and tell him everything. The professor tells them, "These are very powerful people, so whatever you all do, you must think carefully before doing it." Then Seung gathers his friends and says, "Dae's death should not go to waste. We will take revenge for his death." On the other side, Kim is also thinking the same. "I can't bring my brother back, but I can settle the score with the CEO by taking revenge for my dead friend." Then they make a plan that they will make the video Dae recorded public so that the whole of Korea can know their truth. In the next scene, they make the video public. Every person in Korea sees their video. On all sides, this news is running on the news channels. The media questions the assistant, so the assistant takes all the blame on himself and saves the CEO. Because of this, their trouble increases even more, because now their plan seems to be failing. They are worried about all this when Kim arrives there. He says to them, "Now we should attack directly. Sitting like this won't do anything." Then they make another plan. Now they will bring forward the girl who was sexually assaulted. If that girl has any evidence against the CEO, then their task can become easier. Seung then asks Namgi to help with this task, so Namgi agrees to help them. Namgi then starts looking for the girl. He searches for her at many places. Then the CEO also finds out about this, and he has a deadly attack carried out on Namgi, after which he goes into a coma. Once again, their plan fails. Over there, the CEO is getting information at every moment. In the next scene, Sung and Yoon find that girl and go to the girl who was sexually assaulted. They tell her, "Right in front of your house, someone attacked Namgi, and your friend Min was also killed by these people." This girl is Min's friend, who was the first to be murdered. Sung explains to her, "If you help us, we will be able to catch the CEO." But the girl refuses and leaves. In the next scene, we see that the girl is also kidnapped. The same girl whom Seung and Yoon had gone to ask for help. The CEO's people kidnap her too. When the girl is brought in front of the CEO, he is shocked to see her, because it's not that girl, but Yoon. Actually, Seung already knew that the CEO's people were watching them. Their next target would be the girl they were going to ask for help. Seung knew that the CEO wanted to kill that girl too and destroy all the evidence against him. That's why Seung had purposely dressed Yoon in that girl's clothes, so that when they came to kidnap the girl, they would take Yoon instead. Their plan also succeeds. They had also placed a hidden mic and tracker on Yoon, so that her location and voice would keep reaching them. Everything is going exactly right. Over there, Yoon is distracting the CEO, and the CEO falls into her trap and begins to confess all his dark deeds. He says, "I killed Kim's brother, killed Min, and now it's your turn." That means he was about to kill Yoon too, but Yoon had already completed her task. She had made the CEO confess everything. On the other side, Yoon's friends are also listening to everything and recording it as evidence. Then the CEO notices the mic and realizes she came here to spy. He removes the mic and breaks it, after which Sung and the others stop receiving Yoon's information. Then Sung, to save Yoon, traces her location and reaches there. Kim also comes with him. The CEO is sitting in his room watching all of this live. Then a fierce fight begins here. Kim and Sung together beat up the CEO's men, but there are many bodyguards there. The two of them are not able to handle them. Just then, Ari and Woo also arrive, and then all of them together spread poison smoke, which makes all the bodyguards unconscious. Seung, while looking for Yoon, reaches the CEO and beats him a lot. Then the CEO tries to escape to save his life, but ahead, he runs into Kim. Kim starts beating the CEO. Here, the CEO is also not weak. He has mastered Kung Fu and Judo. Kim alone is not able to stop him. The CEO beats Kim badly and says to him, "Looks like you also have to end up like your brother." Then Sung comes there and he beats the CEO. Then after a short while, Sung's dad arrives there with the police. Sung himself arrests the CEO, just like he had said earlier that he would be the one to arrest him. Seeing this, Sung's dad feels very proud of him. He says to Sung, "What I couldn't do, you have done." Finally, in this way, the CEO's story ends. In the next scene, everyone is together and they are remembering Dae and paying tribute to him. The next day, all those corrupt police officers who had supported the CEO are also arrested. Seeing this gives them a lot of satisfaction, because now their plan had become successful. In the next scene, we see Kim, who has now become a senior trainer, and he is scolding his juniors the same way they used to be scolded before. Jihana has now also become a female trainer. Over there, Ari is scolding a student couple because they were secretly dating. Just then, Woo passes by and says to her, "You also used to do all this before." Speaking of Woo, the cybercrime team hires her because her knowledge in computers is very good. Her life was now set. Then all of them graduate. They are administered the oath that they will always remain loyal to their country. Yoon's parents are very happy because now their daughter had become a police officer. Seung also receives an award from the president because his performance in the academy was the best. Here, we also see Jihana's mom, who feels proud of her daughter. Here, we find out that Jihana's mom wasn't that bad after all. She had borrowed money from her friends and relatives to buy a dance bar, but the person to whom they gave the money had deceived them and ran away with all the money. After this, Jihana and her mom had to face many troubles. Over there, Namgi had also come out of the coma, and he is very happy to learn all this. In the next scene, Seung gives flowers to Eun, and then both of them kiss each other. And with this happy ending, the drama ends here.